Eve has been building some of the better HomeKit products for the price over the past few years, and the company has finally adopted the newer HomeKit Secure Video standard with the Eve Cam. The Eve Cam takes on the likes of the Logitech Circle View, especially given the fact that it's $150, or $10 cheaper than the Circle View. But just how high quality is the new Eve Cam? And is it worth buying? I've been using the Eve Cam to find out. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support my work and I would appreciate that support. The first thing to notice about the Eve Cam is its design, and it's a good looking device. It's built largely from a black plastic and isn't very flashy, but that's probably a good thing as it means that it remains relatively subtle once it's set up. The device has a main module atop a little neck, which has a hinge built into it. That helps allow you to position the device to how you want it. Plus it means that you can turn down the main module when you don't want it to be recording you, without having to dig into the HomeKit app. The camera can also turn from side to side, so you can even better position the camera sensor. On the back of the camera, you'll get a micro USB port, which is where you'll plug the device in to power it. Other cameras offer a built-in cable, and that has its pros and cons. With the micro USB port, it is easier to disconnect the camera, preventing it from recording, but it also means that you can get a cable that's the perfect length, instead of having to deal with a super long cable and not being able to change the cable length without a USB extension cable. That all said, I wish Eve went for a USB-C port instead of micro USB. It's 2020 and no one should be using micro USB anymore. On the back, you'll also get a grill for the speakers. The camera is built for indoor use only, which is partly why the micro USB port makes a little more sense. In other words, if you're looking for a camera for outdoor use, you should probably keep looking. I hope we start to see more outdoor cameras that support HomeKit Secure Video in the near future. Though given how few cameras there are in general that support the standard, it may take some time before that happens. During testing, I largely used the camera on a shelf and didn't mount it to a wall. That said, the camera does come with hardware to make mounting it to a wall easy. You could use the included adhesive to simply stick it to a wall, or you can screw the base plate into the wall and attach it magnetically. The magnet is easily strong enough to keep the camera safely mounted in place. Setting up the Eve Cam is very easy to do since it's a HomeKit device. All you have to do is plug the camera into a power outlet and scan the HomeKit QR code on the bottom of the base. The camera will then connect to your home setup, and if you have an iCloud subscription, you'll be able to record footage. HomeKit Secure Video allows you to record footage from one camera with a 200GB plan, and up to 5 cameras with a 2TB plan. I did have an issue with setup where the camera didn't record footage once I set it up, but removing the camera from HomeKit and adding it again solved that issue. So if you're experiencing similar problems, it may be worth trying that. The overall quality of the Eve Cam's camera is pretty good, though not amazing. Unfortunately, HomeKit Secure Video still only supports 1080p footage, and not 4K like other security systems. Hopefully Apple will change that in the near future, and when it does, hopefully companies like Eve and Logitech will launch 4K cameras. Still, for a 1080p camera, footage is pretty detailed, and you should be able to see most of what's going on in your home when it records. The camera has a 150-degree field of view, which should be wide enough for most, but it's not as wide as other options. The Logitech Circle View, for example, has a 180-degree field of view, plus it seems to offer a slightly more detailed image, which might make it the better option here. That said, if you do go with the Eve Cam, you won't be disappointed with the video quality on offer. Software-wise, the Eve Cam is also very easy to use. Now, if you're looking for a camera that supports HomeKit Secure Video, chances are you have used the Apple Home app before. But if not, general use is very simple. You'll be able to assign the camera to your favorite screen and use the camera's motion sensor for automations, which is a nice touch. In that way, the camera's motion sensor can be used separate from the camera itself. HomeKit Secure Video is set to get a little better later this year too. Notably, the system is getting motion zones, allowing you to set particular areas in the camera's line of sight to check for motion. Motion outside of the zones will then be ignored. That's perfect for those who don't want motion on the floor to trigger a notification. For example, if you have pets. Eve has its own HomeKit app too, and it's great for those who want a little more depth. For example, you can see a history of when the motion sensor was triggered, when the camera switched to record, and so on. Unfortunately, however, you can't view recorded footage in the Eve app, but you can tap a button that will boot you over to the Home app instead. Generally, while the Eve app does offer more information and features, I prefer the simplicity of the Apple Home app. Plus, it's easier to use the Apple Home app on multiple devices. So should you buy the Eve Cam? Well, if you're looking for a great video that supports HomeKit Secure Video, it's a good option. It's not the most high-tech camera out there, and I do wish Apple supported supported 4K, but it's not a bad option for those who want a solid security camera in Apple's ecosystem. That said, the Logitech Circle View may be a better option, considering its physical button to turn off recording and the fact that footage looks to be slightly higher quality. I'll be putting together a full comparison of the two cameras within the next few days. Thanks again for watching this video, and again, hit the like button and subscribe if it was helpful to you. My name is Christian, and I'll see you next time. See ya.